Hi everyone, I am Margo, your tarot reader. Today we are doing a personal reading for a client with a number of signs and questions. In today's reading, I want to look at certain situations at first, okay? As always, prior to the recording, I call into the universe with my clients' personal information because they remain private at all times. Um, this reading is more based in spiritual forms, and we are trying to see if we are able to connect to this spiritual life for a loved one that is passed on. If you are interested in any consultation or readings for your own personal growth, your loved ones, or including someone in your spiritual life, I am welcome and more happy to help you and your loved ones. Email me at margourtarotreader@gmail.com or Facebook margourtarotreader, and I'll be more than happy to help you. Let's just look down in the details sections for the email. So I have a number of concerns as I was shuffling my cards for prepared for the energy. I kept asking myself certain questions, and when that happens is I feel that it is the person that I'm either connecting to, which is my client, and or the people in question, or the soul in question. So I'm gonna see if I can go profound into more beyond the energy of the person that we're trying to see, or the soul of the person, the loved one that we're trying to seek. So I've asked the gods and the heavens and ourselves and our own spirits to provide us some enlightenment toward the situation in mind, but also to protect us as well. Okay. So again, I want to give thanks to the gods and to the heavens and to ourselves and to our self spirits for the enlightenment of today's reading. And with your protection, with your energy, we move forward today. Guard our energy, guard our spirit, guard our body, soul, mind, and spirits. For thyself and for those in question, Lord Jesus Christ, thank you to the heavens and to the gods. Is there any messages? If you are in a good heavens, in a good space for us to communicate with you, please give us a note. Please give us a sign if you're in a good space for us to connect with you today. And let us know what is it that you want to say. What is your advice or question or concerns? What is it that you have in mind that you will want to communicate to our loved one? What is it that you have in mind? What are you concerned at and what are you worried about? Angels of the universe and of the heavens, Lord Jesus Christ, thank you. Okay, so let us begin. Okay. Remember, this is a personal reading for your viewers. There might be at a moment in time that you are connecting to this reading as well, because again, we have all similar energies entwined, but in a different path. Okay. Okay, so I guess I'm going to take this one because that's what it's aligning me to. So we definitely have in the spiritual realm a loved one here, okay? And it is wanting us to know that they're frightened over something or someone. Okay. Right. Thank you. So the energy tells me that they're concerned of someone that is in a binding relationship, whether it's binding through the soul or through the physical form. So let's say that someone is married, okay? And also through the karmic situation, which again is through the soul contract. It can be both, either or. Okay, so it's giving me this energy of concerns, for the lack of words. I want to say that the energy that it's giving me is, I want to say diabolic energy for me, because he's trying to show me certain degree of concerns. Absolutely right. So how do I put this? So in one of his messages that he wants to give to you is that that number one, he has been trying to come forth and trying to communicate to you for the last, I want to say, 2 weeks. I will also say that sometimes, you know, when I have certain clients and I've read them before, I do get their energy also entwined with mine at certain occasions. Okay. Um, in this particular moment, you know, I feel that this spirit has been having difficulties in trying to contact or communicate for the last 2 weeks. And it was able to come through maybe at the time that you felt it, were you were feeling in a certain peace of some sort. Okay. And sometimes that happens when someone is about to lay down, about to rest their body, so the body can, vibration can calm itself down in order for the spiritual realm to take place. Okay, depending on what type of energy of the spirit is it that we're feeling. Yes, thank you. It verifies it. Um, do you hear the bird? It's absolutely saying, I've been trying to communicate to you. I've been trying to tap you. I've been trying to get into to your vibration, to your dreams around you. I've been trying to feel you, touch you. And I feel that when they say that, it's because they have actually been doing those things. Um, and they, you know, they can't seem to kind of take into your energy. I also heard him say that he's also been trying with my energy. For some reason, he was not able to come through me, and I don't have to say for some reason, but normally what that happens is, you know, with my typical with what I do, um, there are certain situations that I have to do to protect myself, right? And I'm not saying that I have to protect myself from his energy, but it becomes like a general shield that I build. And so when it has this point energy, it just it's like a mirror. It's like a, you know, like a shield that just kind of bounces through. Um, so and when I do this prayer to shield and protect thyself, then it, I have to do an additional setting of that in order to give way for the other energies to come forth. And so here's the thing. When a decent soul wants to come in and they're being surrounded by negative energies, um, they do not intend to be able to come through, at least for me. Okay, and that is where the shield of protection comes forth. If I let someone in, it kind of intends to vibrate the other energies that we do not want around. Um, and in his energy, you know, in order to protect his and mine, then there has to be a set of rules, okay? And I'm not just saying just for him in particular, but for every single spirit. I do not have to know the spirit that I'm reading or seeing or vibrating. It's in my type of situation. You get spirits that have been ancient, old, you know, um, and it does not have to be a recent one either. So depending on their equivalent of energy that they come forth, it is very potent. I want to say also that as I'm reading this, I keep seeing the cross. I keep seeing the cross in the letters RIP. And so for me is, of course, it signifies the rest in peace. And his energy wants to come in. It's almost like his energy, but not his energy. If I'm trying to explain myself right to you, and so I want to ask the guides and our protector and our gods as at this moment to align our energy and of our loved one that we only trying to reach, protect and divide their energy as we speak in this very moment as we continue this reading. Um, clear our energy with the white light, protect our energy with the white light, surround our energy with the white light, body, mind, soul, and spirit, through thyself and to the ones that we are in now connection to and for. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Okay. So it is what it is. At certain points, we have to stop, continue, and if not end, for the sake of both parties. Okay. Well, I be darn it, you say, but he's not being a, mean with the energy. He's being polite, and I feel that this is kind of like his character coming forth. And so therefore it verifies to me again that I am in his surroundings. Okay. As I was explaining to you, I feel that he is concerned and worried in reference to a sibling of yours, a loved one of yours, someone that is going through karmic situation physically and spiritually, and I feel that it is demonic on both ends. Someone is being deceptive and intrusive in their energy. And I feel that this person, it's misusing the guidance of what the ether is or the spiritual world is. And maybe not to his own owning, or maybe not to his own knowledge. And so I feel that this person, the devil wears Prada. I keep hearing him say. So it's almost like someone that looks very decent, can be also attractive, does not look like they have something negative in themselves, and but behind that shield of the vessel or representation of the body itself or physical, there is entities around it that surrounds and manipulate that energy, that body, and that spirit. I feel that this person is going through the dark shadows of the physical life itself, and misunderstanding and or misguiding the use of, and I keep hearing the Bible, of what is meant for. And I will have to say that that's very common for new people to come into a religion, or very common for youngsters, or someone that has been going through depression, or someone that has been going through illnesses of drugs and alcohol, and they intend to guide themselves and wish for some type of leadership in their whole system of body and mind and soul. And so therefore they intend to end up in a wrong crowd, cults, wrong religions, and taken advantage of for the sake of the belief of their gods, whatever gods and religion that is. Everybody in this earth does that. And so it's someone that it's either misguided by their beliefs or the people that they are around it with. I have to say that in this way, it feels to me that it's both. He may have that privilege of wanting to be closer to its God, whatever God, again, religion it is, but maybe it's manipulating the use of this belief without anybody teaching him, probably, to its own inspiration and desires of the way of living, or the way he perceives a definition, a phrase of the verse of the Bible, for instance. Okay. And I feel that, again, sometimes when you don't necessarily know what you're doing and, reading to yourself this Bible, it may be that, he's probably reading it and explaining it to himself in the way that he perceives the definitions of what he's reading. And so therefore he feels that he's entitlement and that he knows it all, and that he is privileged to have that gift or have that knowledge. And so therefore he's using it to his own benefit. With that comes manipulation in anything around him. So in everything he does, good or bad, he is using the constitution of what the verse of the Bible is, whatever it may be. Okay. He's using it to conduce and manipulate things around his life, the purpose of his life, including his own spouse. So I feel that your loved one on the other side is giving me very precise explanations to thyself and yours as well for what we're looking at here. So because of that, he's also guiding me to be aware and to let us know that um, he is not necessarily feeling the good vibe of the Lord itself. He may be feeling the vibe of a Lord, but not the salvation Lord. Okay, not the white light energy that pertains to be what guide us here and protect us and give us the shelter of love and self-growth. Okay, so um, he may not be necessarily realizing those things, and when he feels a little bit and I don't want to say naive either, but when he feels a little bit entitled, he gets like a rush, when that energy is pushing and pulling his um, and I feel that if he's not feeling that it's all unclear for him, maybe he's seeing this as, the Lord is guiding him to do certain things. And it can be, but again, I emphasize on what type of Lord is guiding him. Okay. Um, so to make it short here for you, because I could continue explaining this hours and hours and ends, um, I have to say that he is being manipulated by an entity that is not our Jesus Christ, if you want to call it that. Okay. Uh, in his surroundings energy, when we are with the good energy, the bad energy, it expands around us, not just with us. And so it feels to me that it's taken a hold on other entities around his environment. It's also given us a awareness that his marriage is in a crisis and will come into a crisis, you know, not just because of what we're feeling in the energy, but also because of what can be happening with his loved ones, with his spouse, working so hard and being strong about the whole situation and being in alignment with the fact that the motherhood situation here. Okay, so she is definitely pleased the fact that she has two beautiful children, and it can be more significant than that. Isn't that amazing? And she's trying her best to hold on as much as she can for the dear life, for the sake of it. Okay, she loves the relationship, she loves her marriage, she loves her children, but then again, we definitely see that this relationship will have its downfalls. It's already in that phase, if you ask me. Okay, she is a little bit naive with the situation. She may not see it coming. Okay, she's too busy hard at work being a good parent for those children. So eventually we definitely see some type of betrayal in that relationship coming forth from the person that we are discussing. It is a karmic situation, a contract situation between these two, which is physical and spiritual. It is something that has to have its own course to a degree, is saying. Okay, he is not being a supportive parent to the situation. So what tells me here is that I don't feel that he's 100% happy. That has to be a full-time father in a way, or it's, he's gonna start feeling like uh, holding back. You know what I mean? And maybe being a little bit more absent in this relationship. Eventually, you will hear about it. You will know about it. Um, if it's already happening, which I feel it is, they are not being honest with you, or she might not be as honest with you with the whole situation here. Okay. Now, I'm going through this because it's almost like giving me a book from the beginning to the end of what is causing what and where are we ending with this. Okay. Um, so we definitely see here that yes, the family, it's not all in their best, and they don't really care for what, as long as he's out of their hair. um so we have some deception happening here between his family, her relationship, um and the whole scenario behind the scenes. It just does not feel right to me. Also, what tells me is that they're not being honest, and or maybe they're not even learning to realize that whatever's going on in their energy, they're too busy going around not realizing that there's danger coming around. Okay. um thank you. Now tell me what's going on with. Okay. Alrighty, thank you. Okay, there we go. I wanted to stop, but it just kept telling me no, I'm not done yet. And I know why. Um, so I asked for uh for this soul to ask to see if it could explain to me what's going on with that child. Okay. Um, and to protect the child's energy as it is right now, I do not use the child's name. I do not use their date of birth. I do not entice myself in that energy unless I must interfere with what's going on. So therefore, I just asked that soul to enlighten me if they can with what's going on with that child, the grandson of, and then I say your name. Being you may not uh, and I'm trying to explain, being that, because it for me it's angelic energy. Anyone that is still a virgin, doesn't matter the age, and especially children, I try not to use or interfere with that energy. Okay. For the sake of the protection of that child. Okay. And so therefore we go around it. So for me, as it is explaining to me, we have certain scenarios here. Okay. That what tells me here is that there's some confusion going on with the child's way of seeing things, feeling things, thinking, sensing. um, of course, because he is still a minor and a child in that angelic energy, does not know what's going on. Okay. It's very clear here. But what is also letting me know is that he is going through a turmoil of feelings and actions and sensing and things like that, because his energy is in such a opponent way. I feel that this child is very vulnerable to what's going on around them. He is sensing and grasping the energy of both to a degree that is harmful. So when someone is building anxiety, pressure, depression, and you have children, it just falls right through. It's they become like a sponge. So I'm sensing that that is one of the reasons. The other reasons is that because of them being in a negative environment mentally, physically, and spiritually, uh, the parents, it tells me that this child is having a lot of suffer. Also, what it tells me here is, and it's number of issues, I have to say, I had to, it, it just, I have to say it. Also, what tells me here is that this child might become a little bit more withdrawn later on in the years, or if not, in a little bit short time. I will be very cautious to keep an eye on those things. This child may have a good future, but it will depend on how it moves forward. It from now in the next 3 years or 3 months. Okay. um because I feel that something is coming to a turmoil in his surroundings. So there might be something happening physically and spiritually to the parents or a parent. And if he sees this, it will dramatize his way of thinking and feeling. Do you understand what I'm saying? For example, the children's, you know, that's why they have restrictions on movies, because the brain doesn't not know how to process certain things, and in the way that they see it or feel it, it can abstract their brain, and then they'll start performing according to whatever happens in their brain. So they become serial killers, they become whatever may be the case. For some reason, I even, oh, I apologize, but I have to laugh because when I said that, automatically they said, and I was trying to say, and they become, and then I heard priest. That can be the case. You know, no one is perfect, but it is what it is. Okay. Um, um, Yes, I know. I feel like someone is being judging on what I just said, but I have to go with what I heard, and so there you have it. You know, um, if I'm gonna make a point of that, because I said that, I now have to say, back in the days, and it still does exist, that again, everything is man-made, the rules and whatnot. It is not our God itself that made those rules. It is men that made those rules, and by men I mean humans. And so they posted those rules to rule and hold on to our government, to our people, to manipulate us into doing what they want us to do, still to this day. And so priests, and I'm not defending, and priests had a certain way of doing those things too, in their religion or their cult or their church. Okay. I will go to a scenario where at one point a number of churches did this, not just one, where they preached the good Bible, but underneath that church was a living cult to manifest negative situations. Okay, and I'm gonna leave it at that. You know, I could go on and on with this. And anyhow, back to what I was saying. So I want you to, and I know this is very difficult because, you know, I have to say that I feel very hurtful to be saying what I'm saying, and it bothers me to a degree, to the point where as I'm saying things, I'm visualizing things, and that's one of the gifts, and for good or bad, it is what it is. So you cannot see the process of certain things, people, places, and things. And what I'm hearing is and seeing is, again, thank you for verifying that. You may not hear it, but I do. Certain things that are coming around. What I'm hearing is that from your loved one is that no matter how I want to put this to you, it's absolutely letting me know that there's a demonic energy around the child because of someone. Okay. See if you can see the card. You see that? Do you see the child being hidden, you know, being used, okay, by this two entities as we look at here? And I'm going to put it the other way. Do you see that? Okay. For me, it feels like a couple, and then the child that is coming forth. Okay. And then, of course, the energy that is in between everybody, if you can't see it here, and it's giving that spirit energy to it. And as I'm looking at this, I feel that there's here and it's here. It's visualizing me, two different ones, and then we have the couple and the child. This is the child in question. okay, that have everything in circles, upside down, unbalanced to their desires, okay, acting in their desires and its desires, okay. um Eventually in the near future, this person is going to walk away, you know, from the family, from everything that he's building, because he feels strapped around, or not feeling free, not finding himself. And of course he is going to say that, you know, that he is following his religion, his God, his adventures, and experience the spiritual growth. Maybe he's going to go to a retreat of some sort, okay. um does he care for the family? To an extent, but he also is going behind it because he sees wealth through that marriage or living situation. Uh, and what comes to me is that this person still does not know where his head lies. He still doesn't know what he really wants out of life. And the pressure of being a father and being in a family doesn't sit well with him. Okay. He's a little off for me in this energy. Okay. I mean, you know, if he works, he can't seem to even keep that job, and maybe he's gonna be fired, or he's gonna quit, thinking that he's better than, I don't know, but it just gives me the vibe of not needing to work because he feels that he's better than, almost, okay. And also because he's expecting a growth financially in his life, probably an inheritance from somebody that is going to be passing, okay. um, I feel that this energy tells me that this child is in a little imbalanced energy. Should be happy, should be feeling proud and happy, and be able to drive her emotions, her feelings. But in a little bit, you're going to start seeing this a little off for me too, okay. She's going to start feeling like, you know, the family situation does not, it's not fulfilling her. She's feeling a little bit out of place, okay. And she's feeling like maybe she's been going through something like that before, and she's going through it again in a probably higher level of degree, okay. So she's probably going to start feeling the pressure of motherhood. This almost gives me an energy of someone that, you know, yes, she loves her family, but not completely satisfied, and not understanding really why. Maybe she will start crying a bit more, or being more emotional, out of balance, and going through that PTSD or postpartum depression that some women do get. For me, this also feels like it's an imbalance in her emotions, but most importantly, it is very clear that it is an imbalance of her definition of the spiritual self and the physical self. Definitely, um, she needs some type of guidance spiritually and physically. When I see this, it means that this child has so much to give and to fortify herself, okay? With a lot of work, yes, but you know, it means that first she needs to accept that something is wrong, whatever's going around, and it isn't, and that maybe they're following what they thought it was right. People do make mistakes, as I explained in the beginning. We intend to be guided, manipulated, because we don't know necessarily what we're getting through, and it's something that we want, and it's fresh and it's new, like a religion or a cult. But is it the right one, you know, for them? Is it the right one? Or are they not understanding the guidance of that Bible or the quotes that they're listening to? Are they using it for the higher purpose or for their own selfish purpose? Are they using it for the right beings to grow together? And when you start letting go of people around you, when you start shutting people out of your life, trust me, that becomes a cult. It doesn't have to be a cult of 10, 20, 50, 100 people. No, it can be a one-on-one. So it just feels to me that, you know, she needs to have a little bit more trust, and she needs to have that guidance to be able to trust someone to explain their situation, and maybe she needs to open her eyes, okay, in order to save herself from the manipulations and all the energies that are going around. Yes. I love that he was able to communicate this to us, and I know that we've seen this similar situations in our readings before, but he is very precise in today's reading for me. Okay. So I normally don't do this, but as I'm doing this, I want you to think of something that you want to ask him. Okay. Okay. So for you, he is saying, first of all, he's saying, I love you, always will, no matter what happens in this life or any other. Trust and believe that you're the go-getter. I don't know why he's saying go-getter. I don't know if he's answering your question, but I keep hearing go-getter or go-getter, go get her or go get it or get yours. Something like that I'm hearing. Okay, I'm not sure if he's answering whatever it is that you asked. You let me know, of course. But he's laughing. He's like, I'm gonna go with all of it. He goes, I'm gonna go with all those responses. He's like, I'm gonna go with all of those responses. Let's go with that. Okay. So he's saying that he senses your pressure, he senses your energy, he senses you're overwhelmed physically, emotionally. He feels you stressed out, he feels you're overwhelmed, he feels you want to let go of the world, he feels, and I have to say that, I don't know if you even said it to him, why don't you just take me? And in other words, he's saying, I hear you, he says. But trust me when I say that even when you're broken down, I am right there with you, baby. I know. And I am right there with you. When you can't see through those dark feelings, those dark times, do you not see me coming? I'm like, look at this. I mean, how many times I've used this card over and over, 100,000 times a day, not to mention a week. But, you know, and here we got him. Right here, baby. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to look at it. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? When you're feeling lost over that glooming feelings and actions or whatever's going on in life, you know, it's like, baby, I'm always coming. I'm always going to be there. Dark or shine, moon or whatever may be the case. I am that hero. I am. I am. And he's letting me know that he fell. Absolutely, he fell. Okay, he fell. He fell deep into that darkness in the physical life. He fell deep. I fell deep. I fell like no other into that flame of fire. I felt and I got lost. I felt and I wanted to climb out, but I couldn't see my way out. I felt and I felt on in you and everybody else that counted on me. Now I know, now I see it. I didn't see it then, but trust me when I say that I'm there. Okay, I want to pour and cry. Trust. Like I can feel his energy going through it. You know, there was just too many dark energies around it, crawling into his and feeling lost and overwhelmed, like drowning in his own self. You know, but he's coming out of that water, baby. Look at that. He's coming. He's coming. He is your savior. What's that phrase I just heard? He is that angel, that guidance, that no matter what, he's your pillar. Okay? Oh, trust me, he's your pillar. And I feel that if he could, he would. Well, whatever it is that you asked, also, because I keep hearing more than one question. If he could, he would. You know, he knows that you are a fighter. He knows that you stand in your ground. He knows that you, wounded and whatnot, but you're still fighting till the ends of the earth. And you will continue to do so because that is your path here in this life, he's saying. And he is wanting you to not doubt the offerings of the higher self that is given to you. And I feel that when I said that, you said, no, Margot, you're right. I got it. I understand that. I see that path, and I'm not doubting you. I'm not doubting him. I'm doubting the consequences of what's going on in the physical life, and why they keep happening and why is it not getting better. And he's saying, don't doubt, baby. Just go with the flow. I know that if anybody would have given me this speech, I probably wouldn't have listened in the right way in the right moment because I was lost already, It would have taken a miracle for me to get through what I had going for me. And if I could have seen hindsight, I would have tried even so, whether a miracle happened or not, but I would have tried. But now we're in this together, he says. Even though I'm not there physically, I am there. I am there, giving in, giving out. I am there pushing through and pushing out. Okay? So he is giving you hopes. He is giving you guidance. What happens in the physical life when we are struggling and when we struggle, when we're sad and disappointed, depressed, and whatever else, we inclined ourselves with that negative source, negative energy. So therefore, we can't see that good vibe coming through. God always speaks to us. And so you have it's easy to say, but hard to do because we're so used to living in the earthly world where negative kind of intends to be more ruling now, right? But when you say, I wake up and I lie with a higher purpose of, I don't know, whatever your religion is or your preference of God, the higher good, Holy Mary, and Jesus Christ, I know I'm protected and guided and being healed and shielded, from all negativities, physically, emotionally, spiritually, with the protection of Archangel Michael, Raphael, and Gabriel. Amen. Thyself and for my loved ones. Amen. You understand? You can do your own, however it is. But if you believe in whatever comes out of your mouth in that time, then know that they will guide you away from those currents. Okay? I've been there, done that, so I know. And trust me when I say that because of what I do, I know the purpose. Okay? I know that the existence of our loved ones is always there. And when we are going through the turmoils of imbalance physically, emotionally, spiritually, it is when mostly they try to reach to us, to find ways to communicate, to protect us, to give us that path to take, okay? That healing way of going through things. So I know, okay? So we know that, so, and again, I've seen these cards 1,000 times, but always something has to happen for the right reasons at the right time. And so I am going to give you two here already. So we got um, the higher purpose, the higher self, and this one here. Can you see it? Okay, coming forth and coming through. Okay, and I'm going to say that this is symbols you're heartbroken. Okay, and this is the higher power, and that's him coming through always in guidance. Now, this can also reflect a loved one of yours, but because I asked specifically the message for you from him at the time that you experience his energy, as you explained to me in the email, it is thyself, him coming forth, generating that energy of what was going on. Okay, this is the healing and the generational path to our ancestry. Okay, coming forth. This is our ancestors' energy, vibration of the health, the body, the mind, the soul, and the spirit, and the higher ground of the ethers coming to the earth for who? You, for your desire, for your need. Okay, and they see the struggles you accumulated. They see why you're hurting. They see. They know because they're cunning it. Okay. So, I feel that for his energy, it's very much so in today's reading was specifically for you and exactly what we wanted to know. Okay. Now we will ask that one of yours. Okay. So I definitely feel that he is predicting that there will be a path of hardship coming forth. And probably because it may be due to what we were discussing, or and beyond other things. Okay. um it's almost like saying, someone is not taking the warnings in the way that they should, and so therefore we have sacrifice situations coming to that people in question, let's say. Okay. um we have struggles of unhappiness and also third parties. We have people not being serious and being uh, almost like a full energy, you ignorant about the whole situation and manipulating the whole scenario. Okay, we definitely know that someone in their heads is not all there. We definitely know that someone is going through turmoil energies and being deceptive and taken advantage of, especially during their sleep hours. That can be that child, that can be that female, that can be that male, or all above. Okay. Um, yeah. So definitely we know that there's a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, someone arising female for sure signifies that is going through this type of energy, because overwhelmed situations in their relationships or their home environment, and also because of a third party situations for sure. I think that that will be the what will trigger her more than anything later on. But it's actually more than that, that overwhelmed with her way of feeling in the marriage, but also with the uh, parental situation within their life, not feeling her best, and probably being rejectful toward her own children even. We also have a scenario that this person is giving me the energy of being greedy, selfish to the core, and always about itself. And this person, it's not conducive to this young lady, period. Okay. Thank you. Right. Thank you. Oh, absolutely. The same in the like in the other spread. You see it? The same Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Sun rising. The same young lady. Someone will be suicidal this year, or would have to have some type of interference because of their entities and negative energies, which is definitely coming forth from that male figure. Um, Lost in space or mentally, might need some time to recoup, probably in a hospital, or needing some type of medical advice, therapy advice, or both. Um, yeah, not good. Um, I I almost feel like someone losing their cool in a way, and I don't even know why I said that. Maybe it's the way that he probably talked in the living, this young man. But um, this almost shows me like when someone goes uh, from 10 to 100 in a second and loses their being, their rational behavior, and becomes aggressive or aggressor, you know. Okay, so I'm gonna right away when I saw this, it's someone like, okay, like when someone tries to, let's say, when they keep trying to say I'm suicidal, I've been suicidal, and they keep bringing this up, what happens is that the suicidal becomes the homicidal, which they become homicide. They, instead of hurting themselves, they hurt someone that they feel hurt them in the long haul, in the long standing of their relationships, or feeling lost and manipulated through the dark side, or both, I have to say. So I feel that overall this was a moment of call, that these people or going through some type of energy that is going to be a 360 for their situation physically and spiritually. Also, they might try to even leave, to a different place of some sort, because they're going to follow a different cult of some sort or different religion, and that's going to come from that male figure. I also keep hearing that something may be coming forth for that young child. In the way that I see it, I'm not sure if they live like in an upstairs apartment, that he may fall. I keep hearing or seeing someone falling. But I feel like something's going to happen where this child is going to need some type of care, however way. And I feel also, and I have to keep going as fast as I can, because it's just taking my energy out. Um, my client knows what I'm saying about that. And I keep hearing, like, I don't know if they have like a balcony. I keep seeing someone going over the balcony down. I keep hearing screams and yelling and chaotic energy. I'm not sure if it's before, during, or after, or all in one. And it's playing out in a very turmoil energy for me. Now, this is going in circles for me because I wonder, has it already happened to someone that you know of? Okay. I would hope that someone has been through that already instead of coming forth in the near future. Okay. So when it's so current for me, like right now, my head is banging, so it's almost like they hit straight and hit their head or something like that. But I would hope that it's something that already happened to someone that you may know of, or in your family, or the family surrounding, instead of coming forth. Um, I want to say thank you to the spirit that came forth today. We appreciate your acknowledgement. I know you're doing the best that you can, and I know that you mean well. And I keep asking for our guardian angels to guide you and protect you at all times. Um, I want to say that you are loved no matter what. You are loved and you are light. You are light. Please trust me and remember what I say. You are light. And your light is shining through right now to the physical and to your loved ones. Um, keep 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 doing what you're doing to guide you to where you need to be, and keep lighting your way out. Know that because you are loved, we that energy still wants you. She still wants you around. She still needs you, and she wants you to hold on for as much as you can, no matter what path you go through in this physical and spiritual life. Know that she will always come around and be with you for as long as you wish it and want it to. Thank you. So believe it or not, he's also giving me the way that he sees after darkness, he sees the sun. So it tells me that he is also he's verifying that you do have fires going on in your state. He's letting me know that. Trust me when I say this, and of course you know that there will be a higher purpose to all this. There's a higher purpose. There's punishment going on to that state. Okay. Um, Not that it want to do it. It is what it is. Angels are guided to do certain things because of a higher purpose. Um, it had to be done, so it was that this is a higher purpose. All this fire that is going on, and it will be greater. Is coming from one of the angels, um, and being punished. Okay. Yeah, it is what it is. We all have a certain degree, and then because of a bad person, so does the an innocent one, bystander. But I feel that the the state that the fire is going on in, it is a must from the higher self. It is a must. Yes, it will be built higher, but it would have a different if people do not understand what they're going through because of what they are at this time, if they don't see the purpose of why it's happening, then it will be a whole eclipsed out of it. Literally, it will be eclipsed out, maybe by bombs, or maybe by something falling from the sky, but it will be eclipsed out, whatever it may be. Okay, it's what it's saying. um uh, but if we can align ourselves and see that this is meant for a higher purpose for us to, whatever, maybe I could go on about this in a different subject, but it it was meant to be. And I feel also that is two men also started fire after the fact, or will be starting fire after the fact, but it was sent from above, no matter what. So I love that he's giving me these messages. Oh my gosh, you never know what we're gonna get in a reading, right? Hey. Okay, so I also want to say that when it comes to you, to the whole situation, he's letting me also know that I know that he sees you going through this, and your loved ones as well. But that it will pay off eventually. Um, Thank you. Yeah. Um, wants me to go back to this one. Okay. So I feel that in the physical life, that was him. Okay. And we know we've used these cards 1,000 times. I keep saying that, but it is what it is. There's a purpose why now we come to show. This was him prior to. But he's also letting me know that, he's still finding some healing within himself, right? And this person wants to come in, maybe to save him, maybe to take him, whatever. But this right here tells me that in his way of wanting to find some healing, that it's on a 10. So it tells me that, he has a little bit more work to do, but he's getting there. This eventually will come off of him, and then he will let you in. I have to see this in different scenarios because it is what it is. And this is also another entity that wants to come forth in his surrounding space, that because he's in a healing mode, this person cannot enter that space. Keep seeing it from the outside, wanting to come in through. Maybe because they know each other's energy, maybe because in the living they know each other's energy, whether it's in the past, previous lives, or energetically they're over there, or they're passed on, but they were in the living and they interacted their lives here in this physical life. Okay, I have to see it in all scenarios because it's playing out in all scenarios for me at this time. Okay, and I have to say that this could also be the entity of a negative energy that kept holding him out here in the physical life as well. This could also be of someone that is in a negative vibe energy coming forth to be in his space, in his energy, while he's trying to recover still his soul, his spirit, his light, his vibration, through the darkness energy. Okay. So, but because we see the source, yes, it's negative in the sight, but these are also energies that will pull out of his energy. These source will turn into like a rainbow kind of energy light given to his source of energy as he heals from all of this energy. It has taken him a while, and I have seen souls that has been tormented of a century even, okay, if not more, some less. But due to his circumstances in the living life, I can see. And I understand. Okay. So I have to say that because it was coming through me and like it wouldn't let me go. So you see it as however you want to see it and whatever you perceive the message. I see it in different ways. And as I say that, I'm actually seeing what is the purpose to it as well. Yeah. You do want to come in? No, it doesn't want to come in. Yeah. Doesn't want me to light it up, so I'm not going to light it up. No, okay. Doesn't want me to light up. I'll light it up later. Okay, before we end this reading, one last okay. Okay. So I'm gonna say that we touched bases on what the past has been in today's reading, and we've been back and forth with all those struggles, all those hardships and whatnot. We do see a little bit more of that coming, but it is what it is. We do not live in a perfect world, so we will eventually have this, ups and downs in our lives. And it may be emotions that come in for seconds that gives us that despair energy, okay? So he wants you to recognize it when you're feeling them and ask for advice and or help. I will also say that, be very cautious and careful of how you communicate, with who you communicate, and who you trust. Okay. He, he's also emphasizing on that you are seeking for new adventures, new love, while you are in the physical life. He acknowledges that, and he okay, I get you, and he acknowledges your pursuits. Okay. definitely he acknowledges your pursuit. So he knows what you're doing. Trust me on that. He knows you're hungry for some love and care, and he don't blame you. You do you, babe, is what he's saying. You do you, babe. I left you. I left you. I know I did. I left you. And I want to revive to understand those things. But I cannot hold you back from doing what you're doing. So I know what's going to be in the near future. I know what's coming in. Okay. For you, for me, you know, for later on. So as long as we can continue to trust this, I'm okay with where I go and where you go. Okay. He's very clear. I love that. Okay. So he knows the pursuits that you're going through. He knows the things that you're feeling physically and emotionally. And the fact that he was able to come through in the way that he did, I am very proud of him and very, very happy that he did. Because we have actually souls that struggle to be felt, and they don't come through. Okay. And it's not to their fault doing, but it is to our energy that we are probably not believing, or we are probably in denial, or we are probably going through that grief in a whole different way of how to acknowledge. If you acknowledge the spiritual life, then you're giving them that path and that door, that light for them to come forth. And whether you feel it or not, trust me, they're there. When you're thinking of them, it's because they're going through your energy. Okay. When you're dreaming of them, and do they have a message for you when they come through? Absolutely. Can it be a simple message? Absolutely. Can it be just a hi? Absolutely. Can it be just a I love you? Absolutely. Can it be that I'm just here for you, baby? Absolutely. Okay. So trust in your guidance. And if it feels right, then it's right. If it feels wrong, then do something. Say something. Okay. Thank you. Okay. So I want to say thank you, God, to the Lord Jesus Christ. Now I believe we touched all, if not more, of what we asked today. Oh, look at this. How isn't that? Amazingly, we started with it and we end with it. That is wow. Okay, thank you. Positive. Again. Okay. The source of all the troubles. The source of all the troubles is because someone is stirring the pot for someone. Okay? Absolutely. Someone is stirring the pot for someone. And it's keeping their imbalance, physical and spiritual being separated from what in their head is going on. But the Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising is the source of all those making troubles. Okay, maybe without it knowing, he's bringing about the negative energies. Okay, in his home environment, in his growth and whatnot. I think that if he ever finds out that he's the one feeling and sensing negative energy, he might even like it. You never know. Okay. So, I want to, yeah, okay. Manipulating energy, we definitely see that. Okay. Okay. I also will say that you're still going to feel him for the next probably 2 hours, 2 days, 2 weeks, or up to 2 months. You're still going to feel his energy. He's going to want to come around in a similar sense, but maybe even through your dreams. So he still has one more loophole to go to find a way to communicate with you. Okay? So he's letting you know that he's going to communicate with you. Okay? Absolutely. And he has inspirations and new guidance and maybe new path coming through his light, his energy. And I feel that before he moves through there, he'll make sure that he finds some way to let you know, and also to guide you some healing for that meantime. Okay. I don't know when. We will come back to that in another time, but I mean, it is what he's letting me know. Thank you, angels. Thank you. That was beautiful reading, but I'm gonna go with this one real quick. I want to see something. Okay. Yeah, this is very clear of what we were just talking about in the reading. Okay. There's something that is going to take place with that couple, and I feel that someone is leaving the home, or probably leaving the home temporarily. Okay, within that situation that we are just discussing with that couple, the Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising. And we definitely see that there will be, either they're going to find out that someone is cheating, most likely that male figure. Okay. In the near future. And he would want to leave either the marriage, the relationship, or the home, but he wants to leave with some type of bling bling. Okay. That is, I feel that this is probably the reason why he wants to stay around. It's also telling me that someone wants to leave the house, or may not want to live in the same household because they want to get their relationship together in their own. They want to build their own space and whatnot. This speaks of a male figure that is Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, someone rising, a family member of yours, and that person, it's put in certain roles in their environment of what the future will be like. And if she finds out that this water sign male has any purpose to do, like, he's partially owner of that home or owns that home, not going to be happy, and probably will want to get rid of it. Okay. It also speaks of that between now and less than 2 weeks, or I feel less than 2 weeks, not 2 months, less than 2 weeks, between now and less than 2 weeks, you will be seeing that Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising. And there will be a concern and enlightenment in reference to that sibling, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising female. Because of whatever's coming in their home environment or personal life, or both. But you will be seeing this person. So I want you to prepare yourself, be the best that you can, look the best that you can, because you will be interacting with this person for whatever reasons, and you will be seeing this person. Know that there's also something going on in his personal life as well with the person that he is married to. The person that he is married to is also looking at the home environment that she does not like or appreciate. Obviously, she does not like the young Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising. She does not like you, and does not like for this Taurus to come around and jump at every reason or every call to aid them or you. Okay. And so we definitely see her like probably even leaving the house, either because she's taking so-called business trip, or a sabbatical with them or him, and or could even be because maybe of the fires that's going on, they will probably have to leave the house temporarily if they haven't already. So we definitely see these little things happening already. Okay. Could they come and stay with you? If that's what's going on, maybe you will be the one offering, and maybe they will, but she will not want to come to your house. She will probably go to her parents' house or something like that. Okay, so this is what I see for you in today's reading. Do I see anything else? Yes, it's letting me know also that uh, my client also has a new coming later on, probably through her surroundings. She needs to be out and about, or through her work environment. We definitely see her in the near future also meeting someone if she would want that type of friendship into a relationship later on. But out of all these energies, I feel that, your head space is very concerned in reference to what's going on with that person, a sibling of yours. But it's also in a space of, uh, I'm not gonna let this eat me up because I cannot afford to, or I cannot. And when I say that, it means emotionally you cannot afford it. Physically, you cannot afford to be in that state of mind for other people that do not want the help, or do not ask for the help, or do not know that they need the help, or do not care. You understand? And so, therefore, it's almost like I'm gonna do what I can when I can, how I can, but I'm gonna do me on top of everything, because if I don't, then when they need me, I won't be able to be around for them. And I love that concept because you need to look at it in that best way. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna end that reading for you today, my dear. I wish you and your loved ones the best of the best, and of course we'll be in touch. Okay. For all my clients, love and light to all of you. Thank you.